Let's look at the email address next. We're going to use a required regular expression validator here to match the particular pattern that you expect in an email address, including the dots and the @ signs and so on. First things first though, let's take a required field validator and copy it and then paste it. And let's just reconfigure it down here as before. So we'll set the ID to be email required field validator, and we'll set the control to validate email text box, and we'll change the error message email address required, and we'll change the text property as well to the same email address required, and that's all done. And that means we can now add a required regular expression validator onto our panel, and let's set the properties for that. So first of all, we'll set the ID to be email regular expression validator. We'll set the control to validate, as always, to be email text box. We'll set the display to be dynamic. We'll set the error message. Now, at this point, I'm not even going to attempt to explain to the user what the email address should be. We assume that they can figure that out for themselves. So we'll just display a more generic error message here. Invalid email address. And keep on going. Set focus on error. Again, we'll set that to be true. Text message. Invalid email address. And the crucial thing for a regular expression validator is the validation expression. Now, if you're familiar with regular expression syntax, you can type it in here directly if you want to. Or alternatively, if you click the ellipses, there are some provided already by the .NET framework to help you out. So, for example, we have a French phone number. And here's the one we want, internet email address. So this is quite a complex regular expression. I'm going to just quickly explain what it means. First of all, the /w, slash is an escape character, and /w represents a word character, such as a letter. And the plus character is the multiplicity indicator, and it means we can have one or more word characters, like the letter A, at the start of the email address. The next bit of it enclosed in parentheses and followed by the asterisk. The asterisk is also a multiplicity indicator, and it means 0 or more of everything enclosed inside the parentheses. Now, the square brackets provide a set of alternative characters, so it means you can have a hyphen, or a plus symbol, or a dot, or an apostrophe. You can have any of those characters, followed by one or more word characters, and that whole pattern, enclosed in parentheses, can be repeated 0 or more times because of the star. So that's the first part of the user's email address, and then we have the @ symbol, so that's going to appear literally in the email address. And then after that we have one or more word characters, followed by inside the parentheses, and followed by the star. We have 0 or more occurrences of a hyphen or a dot, followed by one or more word characters, followed by, now the \dot means you must have a dot character in this part of the email address. After the @ symbol, you must have at least one dot there, followed by one or more word characters, followed by 0 or more hyphens or dots or word characters. Okay, so for example, andy.olson@totaltraining.com would be good. There we are, so there's our validation expression. Now, if you want to find out more about regular expression syntax, there's quite a lot of help available on the MSDN help system. So on the help menu, I click on index, and in the index, if I type regular expressions, and the most useful item I found is about regular expressions here. So it gives you various stop and off points for you to find out more about how regular expressions work. Okay, so feel free, this is quite a deep area, so you'll probably want to spend quite a while just immersing yourself in the theory here. The examples, to be honest, I found the examples not as useful as they might be. They tend to be a little bit cryptic. You'll probably want to work through these sections in the order specified here to get a better understanding. We'll just skip over that for now, and we'll stick with the regular expression that we've got, and we'll run the application and see if it works. So I'll enter an email address which is valid, first of all. So for example, my personal email address, actually I'll make up a bit. This bit is madeup.com. So I don't know if that is a legitimate email address, but it's certainly a right pattern. If I tab out of there then you can see it's accepted it. So that's very good. If I forget to put the @ symbol in my email address and try to tab out, then it tells me I've got an invalid email address. So let's try something else. Let's try hello dot there. That's obviously invalid as well, and it's flagged it up as an invalid email address. And finally, let's just put in one with a hyphen just to see if that bit works. tt-info@totaltraining.com. So that's our contact email address here. Let's see if that one works. Super. Okay, so that's good.